Let me guess, when you feel bored, the first thing you're gonna do is to check your phone, right? But imagine if you could switch it to a reading book instead. Your life would be changed completely. Imagine if somebody casually asked you such kind of questions, how would you answer to them? What was your last book that you read? What are you currently reading? What is your favorite book? Maybe you have some favorite books? If you have a constant answer in your brain, congratulations. But if you force yourself to think a little bit longer to find an appropriate answer, welcome to this video. Listen, as a child, I used to love reading. I used to read a lot, several books at the same time, but there was a period in my life when I suddenly quitted reading. I didn't have time for it, so step by step my hobby disappeared. I decided to regain this ability, and I found the best way that I'm gonna show to you how to fall in love with reading again, or generally how to start loving reading books. The first one, figure out what is your motivation to read more and stick with this. It can be educational purposes or personal development, or you simply want reading as a hobby or reading as a relaxation. I totally got you. But you should name it. A lot of people, when I ask this question to them, they actually want to read more because of social improvement. Guess what? They will never stick with this habit because you should focus on inner goal instead of focusing on others, right? You need to understand that reading better is much more important than reading more. So choose quality over quantity. I used to look at the book that has 800 pages or 900 pages and I was thinking, or I think it's better to buy several books but thinner books instead of reading one book that has a lot of pages. So I was scared of the volume of this book. I definitely prefer to read more when it comes to quantity instead of focusing on quality and what I really want to read. You know, you can receive much more information from one book, and this information will be stick with you forever instead of reading a lot of books and nothing, zero will be stuck in your brain. Second one, choose variety. When it comes to variety, I'm talking about genre and format. So when it comes to genre, you can choose several books at the same time, and when you are getting bored with one book, you can easily switch to another one, and you will not lose the point of the story, to tell the truth, because there are different genres. The same with formats. You can use audiobooks, you can use Kindle, you can use actual books, and you can mix them. This method will help you to spend more time per day reading. Third one, schedule your reading time. A lot of people saying that, you know, I just simply don't have time. But we don't just have time, we make time. It's about prioritizing things. If you don't have 10 minutes per day, and trust me, 10 minutes is enough for keeping reading. If you don't have 10 minutes per day, you don't have life. So actually you should work on your priorities first. So schedule your time. It can be evening routine, or you are using one day per week for just only reading, or you're using as a standard 1 page per day. So you read every time 1 page per day. And for me, 1 page is enough to get interest in the book. Again, don't lose the main story. And actually it allows you end up reading even more, like several pages or even 1 chapter or even several chapters. But what actually matters is that you will never have 0 day. You actually every time will make progress, literally make progress, that will make you feel more confident about reading. Therefore, you will train your brain to be focused more and to read more. Next one, let's be honest, we don't read sometimes just because we are so tired. We have 0 energy to do this task because actually it requires quite difficult brain working, so we need to be more energized for reading. So in this case, instead of saying, oh, today I'm so tired, I'm not gonna read, you can use sluggish reading sessions. You can put audiobook, open the actual physical book, and just come along with the words that you're listening to. So it will require less brain work, but you still will get the point and you will still be reading. So actually this advice is very helpful when you feel so much under pressure and you feel that this period of time is very stressful. This is for you. Next one, interact with book. You can highlight, you can comment in the book, you can put some interesting thoughts in the book that you think is appropriate. You can have a commonplace book. What's working for you is the best. You should put it as entertainment a little bit. If you're a visual person, you're an artistic person, it will definitely work for you, so do this. Don't be like, I think it's not nice for a book to put a lot of notes. Actually, it's really interesting. It's like work of art. Like in 10 years, when you will open this book again, I'm talking about actual book, when you will open this book again, you will see your comments and it will be like a flashback to you. So it's actually like a diary in some way, if you know what I mean. But that's okay if you don't interact with books. Next one, romanticized reading. You can choose special place. You can put some candles if you want to. You can choose the special corner in your room, or like, I'm reading only on the sofa, or I'm reading only in this corner of the bed. So actually something that sticks with you as a habit. And what I recommend is like 100% is working for you. You can put an ambient music while you're reading. For example, while I was reading Harry Potter, I put Hogwarts playlist that I found on YouTube. So you can find a lot of things that are interesting for you, that are pleasant for you. So go ahead, but you can do this. And in this case, reading will be kind of like meditation for you. So you will actually cover two things. You will read more, you will educate yourself more, and at the same time, you will be relaxed, you will be much more fulfilled. Next one, get closer to the books. I know that sounds weird, but it's pretty much working. You can go to a bookstore. Just to go to the bookstore and observe some books, it will already raise your motivation to read more. That's working. That's literally working. Or you go to a coffee shop, or you sign up in the library and go to the reading hall where people are reading all together. So it will definitely motivate you to read more. It's working. And I also recommend you to find your favorite booktubers that explaining about favorite books, their hauls, that they're buying, what they recommend to read. Because when you listen to them, I don't know how it's working, but it's working. You think like, definitely, I need to read this book. This is about me. This recommendation is really good. So you start thinking about books all the time, and it actually makes you feel more energized. Next one, have a list of your favorite books, or a note on the phone that I have, for example. Every time when I found this book is very interesting for me, I write it down in order never to forget it. And because our brain has tendency to forget some things, even though we like them, so it's important to have this list. In addition, I recommend you to have the second list. What should I read? And keep with you every time. I think, as I told you, note on the phone is the best option. So you keep this all the time when you are casually like ended up being in the store, bookstore. Here you go, you can buy it. And the last one, and I think it's very, very important, you should eliminate any distractions that you have. Put the phone very, very far from you. Put everything that can possibly disturb you very far from you. Only you and a book. You know, sometimes what's happening with me, I start reading a chapter at the beginning of my reading time. I'm reading and I have a thought. I forgot to do this. I need to do this. Oh, I have an idea to do this. And it's every time like bam, 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 bam. So not to have these distractions, you need to understand that, okay, my brain is a muscle and I'm right now disciplined enough to train it to be focused on the things that I'm doing right now. Reading is a very good training for your brain. That's true. Remember one thing, a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. But a man who never reads, he lives only one. At the end, I want to tell you that I see as a good minimum to read one book per week. But again, don't be focused on the volume, focus on quality. And if you read 1 page per day, as I advised you before, you will be already ahead 99% of people. Already be more successful, more prosperous. And I wish you be like this. Hope you guys, you like this video. I really, really love you. Don't forget to write any comment to me because I answer to everyone. Love you.